Boom, baby. Let's go. We're on and popping. Let's go. What's up, people? What's up, people? Whew, I'm excited to talk about a new mechanic in DC20 having to do with darkness, dark vision, magical darkness, and dare I say a new mechanic that's the opposite of magical darkness. Hydration checks, people. Okay. Too much excitement, not enough hydration. We got to get the hydration up to match the excitement. So I'm gonna have to drink this whole thing. 1 second. So tonight we are going on the docket today. We're going to talk about dark vision, have a whole explanation of the new concept of dark vision and magical darkness, right? And how all of that type of stuff works. I want to see y'all's feedback on it, what y'all think, if it sounds cool and all that good stuff. And then we're going to go right into the Q&A because I do want to make sure that I space out like announcements and Q&As so that it doesn't just turn into just like a sit and get. I do like to talk to you guys. I do like to answer y'all's questions, get the pulse check of the community, talk to you guys. So hex to the yaz. All right. I was about to just get started. I guess we could. We'd be starting within the first 1 minute of the stream. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Heck yeah. Fine. So I will say this, during this dark vision presentation, any sort of super chat questions or anything like that, I will answer super chat questions, of course, and save your questions until I'm done with the dark vision talk. And then you can, we'll ask for hashtag questions. You can ask your questions then. They'll be at the front of the line. And if you want to skip the line, that's where the super chats come in. But I'm going to, purposefully ignore the super chat so we can have a coherent string, especially for people watching this after, if you want to watch it back to kind of listen in. And yeah, heck, good shirt. Appreciate you. This is my oldest son chose Charmander. My youngest son chose Bulbasaur. I then by default as dad chose Squirtle, and we rock and roll, baby. And mom chooses Pikachu because come on. All right, anyway. And next live stream, I will have a very, very near and dear to my heart piece of DC20 art to show you guys, which will also be a sneak peek of something that's to come. Maybe it has to do with DC12. I've said too much. Okay, we're not here to tease people. We're here to talk. And the hair. Gosh dang, guys, the hair is insane. It's coming. We're getting close. Just a matter of weeks away from being able to cut the hair. But more importantly, DC20 0.9, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So now let's talk about dark vision. And to talk about dark vision, I have a chart right here. Check that out. Although I should probably switch to this chart. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. So now here's how I want to lead with some design issues with dark vision, some things I don't like about dark vision in Dungeons and Dragons, some things I wanted to avoid, balancing of how strong is dark vision, and all this type of stuff. So here we go. All right. Wait, your baby's gonna be born soon to be DC20 Beta will be here soon. Oh my God, lightning 267. Your baby's about to be born, and we're in here in the DC20 live chat, and we just talked about DC12, so buckle up because that baby is going to be playing DC1, which is just telling stories, and then DC12 is when you introduce the dice, and buckle up and get ready. So that's awesome, Lightning. Congrats, dude. Congrats. Okay, so we're back. You know it. All right, so we got charts, baby. We got charts. Here's some issues with dark vision. First issue with dark vision is the spectrum of dark vision, because we have no dark vision, which is just regular, let's just call it human vision. And then we have dark vision, and then we have like different ranges of dark vision, which is fine. And then you have devil's sight. Devil's sight is when you can like see through magical darkness, and it's like you can just see anything darkness, you can see through it, and it's just like and you need these different levels of vision because magical darkness ups the ante and adds another tier. So because magical darkness was added, you had to add devil's sight to keep the layers going, which then gets more complicated and all this type of stuff. Also, how magical darkness works in Dungeons and Dragons is it's this like inky blackness that's just like it's just black, right? And it's just pure blackness, pure void of blackness. And you cannot do anything with it unless you have devil's sight. I think that's a game design problem on the game master side and the player side, because if you need if you need devil sight, that means if you're doing a build that involves dark vision, first of all, you probably, if you're doing a build that involves having magical darkness, you probably need to have devil sight to be able to not screw yourself over or something like that. So dark vision, or I'm going to keep mixing up dark vision. So dark vision is just night vision goggles type situation. You can see instead of bright light, it's dim light. Instead of dim light, it's dark. It dials things up. You just get to see a little bit better, right? And then magical darkness, again, this is Dungeons and Dragons. Magical darkness is pure black unless you have devil sight. So because magical darkness is so strong, therefore devil sight is so strong. If your party doesn't have devil sight, you're screwing your party over, because they probably don't have devil sight. You know what I'm saying? Dark vision's already rare. In D&D, it's not as rare, which I think is kind of lame. In DC20, we fixed that problem, and it is more special and unique, right? So yeah, magical darkness is very, very strong, and game breaking, which is my last point I'll get to here in a second. I agree, Agile Monk, deep bow. So the devil sight, if you're making a build that involves magical darkness, you probably need devil sight, which means then you can't just pick it up willy-nilly. You can't just pick up magical darkness as like I want to pick up that spell that has magical darkness, because you might not have devil sight unless you're like certain warlock build or certain shadow sorcerer build or whatever, right? That's not good. And your party probably doesn't have it either. And then on the game master side, you have to, like, I guess you can choose if things have devil sight or not, but then sometimes you're like, okay, well, I know my party has this guy that keeps doing this magical darkness thing, so then I'm going to make them have it, which then feels bad, like I'm combating them in some way, because it wouldn't make sense for him to have it. And how many people have devil sight? Okay, fine. And then now the battlefield has all these people without devil sight and these zones of inky blackness that then leads to weird gameplay where you're in absolute darkness. And like, where do I go? How do I move? Who am I attacking? Yeesh, right? Yeesh. So, Agile Monk, recognize magical darkness and its importance. Yes. So there's been a lot of stuff and playtesting gone into this, and I'm currently playtesting it right now. In fact, to prove to you guys, check this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at it right here. There is the Shadow Sorcerer, Voros himself, and a zone of magical darkness. Technically, the first zone of magical darkness ever cast in DC20 officially is right there. Careful. Wow, that was kind of cooler than I thought it was going to be. All right, now, so here we go, focus. Oh my gosh, and Agile Monk, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Oh my gosh, I'm going to scroll through back all this stuff. I'll catch up. Hydration check. I'm getting too excited. Oh my gosh, Party Hardy. You know it's called the company too. I'm gonna have to tell Voros about that. All right, so those are some issues, and then you have the biggest final issue, and then I'm going to get into what DC20 is doing to fix these things, in my opinion. Pre-hydrated is you can create these weird game-breaking things where if you have Devil Sight and you're inside of your own bubble of Devil Sight, no one can see you, you can see them, and damn, that's a problem, because Devil Sight is so rare. And you're just like ultimately powerful, and you can't be seen, but you're just blasting outside of it. So you're inside of your own pocket, like, right? And even kind of the inverse of that, if you put a big void on people, and then I'm standing over here, like, and I can see you, but you still can't see me. At least they can try and run out of it, I guess, and then they can see you. So anyway, so here is the solution. Now, there was a bunch of other iterations of this, and there was one like pocket dimension version that I almost went with, but I think this is the cleanest on both sides of the table. I think it's very simple too. Very simple. I'm going to try and explain it in the most simple way possible. I'm going to put my teacher hat on, go back in the classroom, right? No homework. This is my best pitch to you, and I have a chart here for you. So 1, 2, 3, easy as 1, 2, 3, you and me. All right, let's say there's a light right here. Bling. We're gonna put a light here at number 1, right? I'm gonna undo that. We have a light. Oh God. Okay, we have a light here at number 1. Okay, we turn on the light. Okay, let's say we're in a cave. Let's say we're in a tunnel cave. It's just a tunnel all the way down. 1, 2, 3. And we're standing over here. We'll make ourselves a little purple. We're standing over here, right? So we're standing over here. In fact, I'm gonna try and make this yeah, we're standing over here. Okay. Sorry, I'll put us in the tunnel. We're standing right here. So if I'm standing here, right, I guess I'll just move us around. So we have a tunnel, spaces 1, 2, 3. And if we have a light on right here, I'm right here. I see the light, everything's fine. If I move over here, my body is like, let's just say my body's in dim light or whatever, but I can see the light still, right? And if I go over here, again, no magical darkness is introduced at all. I'm just getting us all on the same page, right? And then over here, I'm in darkness. Like, let's say over here, I'm in darkness. Like, it's pretty dark over here. My other analogy for this would be like street lights on the road, right? So let's say you're driving down a neighborhood and there's like street lights on, right? If you are underneath a street light, you are in bright light and you can see everything's fine. And if you go and let's say these 2 street lights are off, right? And they're out, right? You can stand underneath this street light and this person can still see you. You can still see this person, right? It's all pretty clear and clean, obvious. And over here, right? Over here, this person might not be able to see me. This person over here, they might not be able to see me, right? Because I'm in darkness way over here and I'm crouching down. They could maybe see my silhouette, but they can't see me right here, right? All right. And another thing I want to point out, what if I'm here and there's a light source over here? Ooh, right? Let's say I'm standing here. Again, no magical darkness has been talked about at all. So let's say we're all just humans, right? And there's a light source over here, a light source over here. You can see this person. You know what I'm saying? This person's not sneaky. They are in between 2 light sources. Even if they're like, you're going to see their silhouette, right? Imagine you're under one street light on the street and there's a street light that's out and there's another street light that's on and there's a guy in the middle. You'd see his silhouette. Like you're on this side and you'd see the guy. He's right there. And you know what I'm saying? So this is all just standard vision stuff. Now, if we introduce dark vision, right? We introduce dark vision. Let's take out some of these lights and stuff here. Introduce dark vision. You can just see 1 notch better. Right? So this guy, if you had dark vision, you'd be able to see him 1 notch better. So instead of being in dim light, you can just see him normally. But if he's way over here, right? Oh, no, that's a light bulb. We gotta go purple. If he's way over here, instead of being in darkness, he'd be in dim light. And if you are a person with dark vision right here, you could see him 1 notch better. And when I say notch, I'm saying bright light, dim light, darkness. There's only 3 notches. It's completely illuminated like I am here right now. And then there's dim, which is like there's light on you, but it's not direct in that way. And then there's darkness, which is the lights are off, right? So now back to this. So magical darkness. I am going to introduce magical darkness as humans, as if how magical darkness would look like to regular normal humans. And then the curveball comes in. So if there is magical darkness, and I put a zone of magical darkness right here. We're in a cave. This is a cave hallway. There's a cave hallway here, right? Cave hallway, right? And I am casting a bubble of darkness right here in the middle. I left room on the sides. You know what I'm saying? If I put a zone, this is DC20 now. If I put a zone of magical darkness right here, it is going to be completely opaque, black void of inky blackness. You could describe it as like a smoking, sizzling kind of like simmer. You could describe it as like a literal ball of ink with like blobs of ink. You could describe it as tentacles, whatever. It is, you know, the paint, you know, that black paint, the opaque black paint you paint on stuff and it doesn't even reflect light, you know, that level of just a ball zone of black, pure inky blackness, right? There you go. So that is what this would look like. Right? That's what this would look like. In fact, I'm going to fill it in. You couldn't even see it. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's just pure void blackness. Okay. Now the light would still go around it. You know, the light would still go over here. The light would still go over here. If I had a candle, I could take a candle. I could take a little old candle and I could walk up to it and be like, oh, look, it's a candle. Oh, I should have the pin. Is that what the pin? Did I lose the pin tool? Oh no, I lost the pin tool. Brush. There we go. I could bring a candle right here next to it. I could bring a candle right there. Nothing would happen. I could bring a candle right there and it's going to be really bright right here, but it's not going to penetrate. Mundane light cannot penetrate magical darkness. Okay. It's just a light switch off and you walk in there. If this person walked in here, the light on the candle would get completely eaten up alive, and it's just black, and it doesn't do a damn thing. It's just blackness, right? So now this whole thing would work. And now let's say hypothetically, if I were to cast another zone of blackness and another zone of blackness, right? Now I have a whole shebang here. It is now a wall. No light passes through here. So this would all be black. Oh, shit. Okay. This would all be black as well, right? Because there's no light, mundane light cannot pass through magical darkness. Okay. So now, okay, that doesn't sound too crazy. Nothing's too wild here. But here's how dark vision works, and here's how you combat magical darkness. So magical darkness, if a normal person, here, we'll just make the bubble right here. If a normal person this person right here, person X, if a normal person walked in here, right, and they walked into this blackness, this is what they would see. They would see just complete black void, nothing. Your eye, it would just be complete, like you're in a room with no light, right? That's what it looked like. But if a person with dark vision, we're not talking devil's sight, people. If a person with dark vision walks in here, it would just be regular dim light. It would be one notch. Remember, I talked about notches. Bright light, dim light, darkness. Someone, instead of darkness, it would be one notch better. So dark vision is one notch better, right? So inside of complete darkness, basically the magical darkness aspect of it just makes mundane light not affected, right? Like if the streetlight analogy, if the streetlights turn on, you can see things now. But if there's a zone of magical darkness and the streetlights turn on, or you shine a flashlight or walk a candle up to it, nothing's affecting it, right? If you have dark vision though, it's just one notch up. So it'd be like dim light instead of absolute darkness. So you'd be able to see. What this does is, yes, it does make dark vision more powerful in this instance. Okay. I'm fully aware of that. And I think I've already prepared for that by making dark vision more rare. And it's not just something that you just give it out all the time and you just have it. Dark vision. Yeah. I can see that tabletop. I see what you're saying. Light index. Yeah. Light index is a good way to describe that, by notch, what I'm saying there, right? And I would say the one thing for Tabletop Phoenix to say, I still would say in our system, there are only 3 notches still. So what Tabletop just said is bright, dim, dark, void. I'm saying there's bright, dim, and dark. That's it. The dark part, if you cast magical darkness, it just prevents light from being able to increase the light index. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that whole thing works, right? So dark vision, yes, is more strong and more powerful and stuff. But now dark vision is going to be able to combat like this magical darkness thing. So if you want to cast magical darkness in the battlefield, your allies have a shot at having dark vision. There's going to be spells that give dark vision, right? You could have dark vision with it's not that difficult to get as far as the party dynamic situation. And then bad guys, having dark vision isn't the craziest thing to have. If you're fighting a feral beast, it could have dark vision, and then it could see inside this blackness thing is right there, right? So there's that. So basically, I have nerfed magical darkness to be able to be countered by regular dark vision. Instead of buffing, like how D&D does it, buffing magical darkness to be this absolute darkness that nothing can see through except devil's sight, I've basically taken those notches out, and now dark vision, you can see inside of it, and then that's fine. We can create spells, we can create subclass features and whatever if we want to that have true zones of all that stuff. We absolutely could, right? So there's that. Now, the final little curveball here is some of y'all even picked up on, right? Some of y'all picked up on this. So if there's magical darkness, then yes, there can and will be. It's not yet right now, and there's no mechanics on it because there's no spells that have been created for it. But there can be magical light, right? So if you have a light on, if it is completely dark, there's no lights in the room, it's all complete darkness. You light a candle. Oh, you have a little candle on. Okay, now you have the light and all that kind of stuff, and it's dark over there, but it's still light. Oh, but if I cast magical darkness, blah, oh, it's still dark again now. You can't see anything. Ha ha ha. Cast magical light. Pff, now the magical light can penetrate the magical darkness. Ooh, interesting, right? So there's that. That's basically what it is. Magical darkness is just darkness that no mundane light can penetrate or change or make go away, right? So there's that. Now, and we'll go ahead and open that up into questions. Open up your questions. So hashtag question, ask your questions. If you want to have questions about dark vision, you absolutely can ask questions about dark vision. And if you want to ask, in fact, mods, I'm going to challenge you guys on this, mods. Mods, if you catch a question that's a question about dark vision, put a emote on it. Put a little like moon or some sort of emote on it so I can see it, and I'll try and answer those. I'll let those questions build up a little bit. I'll try and answer those just because we just talked about that, and then get back on the same page. So there we go. Yeah, and then oh my gosh, let me get caught up with the super chats while the questions start coming in. Bardic Aggravation, dude. Oh my gosh, 50 gifted memberships. Holy cannoli! What? My God, dude. Bardic Aggravation, always, dude. 50 gifted memberships, man. Wow. The support is unreal from fellow content creators. Like that's crazy. Even more crazy than anything I would expect of it. From people who make DC20 stuff. That's crazy every time, dude. Thank you guys. And then Meeples and Mayhem. Hey coach, very excited for your game. I have a question for a while. Will you release a DC20 GM screen pages that we can just print off and use our existing pages screens? Yes. The second Kickstarter, I am planning on having a Game Master screen, and it's going to look something like that one. I think I might do a trifold. I like the trifold. I might do a trifold, or it might be the classic quarter fold, but there will be a Game Master screen on the second Kickstarter. So that will be a thing. And in the meantime, I absolutely could see once we're focusing on the advanced gameplay guide, having some stuff about what that would be hypothetically, and then give people print offs so that people can print off pages to slide into theirs, boom, done, right? I think that is something that I do want to do. So yes, that is on the table for sure. Thank you, Meeples and Mayhem. Appreciate that. And then what else am I missing here? I missed Rex Room. So is this all fine and good, but where does Microsoft Paint fit into all of this? But seriously, seems like a far better way to do darkness. Yeah, Microsoft Paint. Was I using? Yeah, that was Microsoft. And you can tell as when I'm writing, my hands like all shaky and wobbly. Yeah, I'm not used to doing that. But hey, hopefully got the point across, maybe, I don't know. And then Rick from Bardic Aggravation, the whole team's here. This is my too late for me fee. I have to work at 4 a.m., but the coach is on. Let's go Lions. Bardic Aggravation knows. Bardic Aggravation knows. My wife is a huge Detroit Lions fan. So yes, that is awesome. Go Lions. I'm wearing blue, let's go. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for that. And then Agile Monk, I got you, and I saw that. I think that Agile Monk was who kicked everything off. So we are up to date there with super chats. Cool. Oh wait, no, I'm not. I lied. Wait. Okay, there. Oh, all the gifted memberships made a huge wall. Rexroom again. So all is fine and good. Oh, there we go. Okay, Rexroom, I see that. Filthy casual. I give up. I give up. Tried to send my first busted item to homemade for DC20. Super chat won't let me send it due to some word is censored. Oh, and they won't tell me what it is. So hydration check at disadvantage. Oh no. So my first busted item to homemade for homemade. Homemade super chatting a homebrew magic item. Dang it, I don't know what that was. Post it on message a moderator on Discord. And then I have them send it to me. You super chat it. I want to freaking see it. So try and do that, Filthy. That'll hopefully work. Thank you for that, dude. You're awesome. And then Liam with a $20 super chat. My gosh. Can a PC with dark vision see through magical darkness from outside, or they need to walk into it, see what's inside? Yes. So to clarify that's a good question. So I described earlier, it as if what would happen if this person walked in here. I just was trying to describe that for like visually the same thing as that when a human's vision would go away, someone with dark visions would not. But if a person with dark vision is standing right here, they could see through this, right? Now it would be like a hazy blackness, it would be dim, it wouldn't be like a wall of blackness I couldn't see. It would be like, you know, it would be dim. It'd be one notch worse, right? Or it'd be one notch better than normal, better than nothing. So you'd be able to see through it, but it'd just be dim. Also, can dark vision see through a zone of magical darkness and see what's on the other side? Yes, there we go. So hopefully that answers your whole question on there. And then Aralat, welcome to the team. Aralat, I think I said that right the first time. I one-shotted your name. Let's go. All right. So now let's get some hashtag questions. Okay, so I'm gonna answer. Oh, okay. So we have a couple of dark vision questions. Okay, I'm gonna answer the dark vision questions real quick, and then mods. Once I answer the question, put a purple heart on it so I know not to go back. So Max Stearns, you said a wall of magical darkness can block light in a hallway. Is the darkness outside of the magical darkness mundane then? Is that yeah. So if there's a zone of, actually, this is another great question. If there's a zone, if you were to cast a zone of magical darkness inside a room that was already in complete darkness, you wouldn't even know you cast it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a cave and everything's black and you cast a zone of magical darkness, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know the difference because it's just darkness. Magical darkness and darkness are the same, the level of darkness. You know what I'm saying? If there's no light, then there's no light. The magical aspect of it just means light, mundane light can't penetrate it. Mundane light does not mess with it. It stays darkness. Go into a room, shut all the doors, turn off all the lights, flip the switch off, complete black where you put your hand in front of your face, you can't even see it. There we go. I hope that helps. There you go, Max Stearns. And then Aaron Frankhouse. So we have dark vision, magical darkness, and magical light. Any thoughts on magical light being able to blind to the point that you cannot see through it? Oh, that's interesting. Magical light being so bright that you can't even see in it. That's super interesting. I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna make a note of that right now. It's that interesting that I'm like, oh, you know what? That's freaking cool. So magical light blinds those inside it. Question marks. But then we'd have to have some sort of vision that's better that makes it not do that. So my on first thought, it sounds really cool, and I'm writing the idea down because I do think blinding light is really awesome. But I don't think we need that because dark vision can see into magical darkness just fine. So magical light isn't a notch higher to be it's so bright I can't see. It just makes light. Here we go. Darkness is the same as magical darkness. Light just can't mess with it. Light is the same amount of light as magical light, but it can penetrate magical darkness. So I actually don't think magical light would be any more brighter to be just blinding to now. Did Aaron just give me an idea for celestial light or something, like a super light, a zone of absolute brightness that only you can see if you're a celestial or something like that inside of? That's super sick. Oh my God, that's awesome, you know? But I hope that answers your question. And then Zane Taylor, what's the benefit to perceiving things as dim versus dark? In D&D, they just both give, they are both just disadvantaged, right? Yeah, so that would be, if things are in, it's just the disadvantage on as far as perceiving things. As far as perceiving things or searching for things or finding things is disadvantage, and then if you have it's advantage if you're trying to hide or do things inside of dim, as far as that goes, right? But a lot of times it doesn't come up. And I think that when we establish this into the rules and push it into there, we're going to make sure that all of that kind of connects with the whole dim thing, because I don't want it to just be darkness and light, dark light. I think dim is interesting to be able to have that, and I want to make sure that we address that as well. So we're going to be doing another pass on dim, so I'll elaborate more on dim once we go down that road. And then Venture Catalyst, question, planet orange, purple. What? Question, planet orange, purple ring. You can give an example of magical light in 5e terms. What? Can you give an example of magical light? Oh, in 5e terms? I think my last little statement just said it. It would just be like normal light in darkness. You know what I'm saying? So if you had an area of magical darkness and you took a magical light and walked over it, it would go away. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I can explain it in 5e terms because it doesn't exist. But it would just act like normal light. There you go. That might be a good way to say that. And then I'll do one more of these before I go caught up with some super chats to see rolling in. So does magical darkness, does magical light on a bright day act like a flashbang? Also, does magical light cancel out magical darkness and vice versa? So I would say magical light cancels out magical darkness straight up, because they're one not. It's all very clean. I'm trying to make this very clean, and I think hopefully my answers, and it's very easy to answer these questions, because if you have regular darkness and you turn a regular light on, the light wins. If you have magical darkness, it's super strong. It's one notch more level of darkness. Cool. Magical light would make it go away. You know what I'm saying? Now, there absolutely can be a spell, but it still is immune to magical light, you know, all that kind of stuff. We absolutely can still have that, but that's more specific. That's the level of specificity I want you to be able to have as a game master, or a certain build or a certain magic item that you want to have to be able to do that, right? So there's that. Cool. And then I'll ask Maloki. That was Kyle Dorings. I want to ask Maliloki. Question: if no mundane light can pass through, does that mean that dark vision is technically by a magical ability that is dispelled, suppressed, since light passing through space is how we see it? Wait, what? Does that mean dark vision is technically a magical ability that can be dispelled / suppressed since light passes through space is how we see? I see what you're saying. Yeah, so one thing, this was brought up also on the team, is in DC20, yes, that does mean if you have dark vision, there is some amount of magical ability in that's happening. Whether you want to describe it as like a light behind the iris that is like putting light outwards that you can see. You are just the gods of darkness being able to, like, there's absolutely things. I don't want to go into any sort of lore explanations there, because then that's teasers into things for bigger picture stuff. But I absolutely think that dark vision will be a bit more magical in that way, because it's not like night vision goggles or whatever, where you need some kind of light to be able to see and stuff like that. It is supplying its own. You are seeing in darkness when there is no light, so that is magical. And could it be suppressed? Absolutely. Maybe there could be a spell that nullifies dark vision. Absolutely. There could be spells that give dark vision, and there could be spells that take dark vision. Yes, you get it. You get it, Malaloki. Hope I said your name right there. I was just winging it there last one. All right, let me get caught up on super chats. My goodness. I see a wall of colors over here. Hydration, check, my mouth's dry. Vapora light. Can dark vision work? Can dark vision work while they're in darkness? Yeah, it works perfectly. Dark vision always works, right? So if you're outside of darkness, you can see into it. Normal people would look at it and just be a wall of black. Like it could be a ball of blackness. With dark vision, it's just a shadowy bubble that you can see into, but it's a little dark in there. And you can walk inside of it, same deal, right? And then show us the subclass progress. Liam. Oh my gosh, Liam. Guys, I'm sorry. Boom. Look at that, baby. Look at that, baby. Always love showing this. Boom. Super sick. Super sick. So much green, y'all. So much green. Yeah, we are in the home stretch. Thursdays is when we have our team meetings, where everything, when it's in this yellow and blue stage, like right here with the spell blade, this is like we got to talk about it as a team and do some stuff in this in the team meetings. And it's gotten to the point where we need to have a talk about it before I want to move forward, because I don't want to move forward without my team's thoughts and all that kind of stuff. Us having a little come together about it. So after Thursday, this gets updated, and yeah, lots of awesome stuff. Also, I know, okay, Grays, I see you. Gray bubbles just mean Patreon. On Patreon live streams is when I am doing the gray bubbles. So tomorrow on Wednesday mornings, I do Patreon live streams, and I'm going to build out the warlocks. This one also, after the stream, I'm going to work on this one as well to get this to be a gray. And during the Patreon live stream, I'm going to ask which one of these three I want to build out, and we're going to start to do the combination there, because I have the team's thoughts, my thoughts, and we mashed them. But now I want y'all to see that process of kind of building out which one of those three. So that's why they're gray. So after the Patreon live stream, they go back to yellow, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, and the Jester. Oh, I'm so excited about the Jester. Jester's freaking awesome. Glamour Bard's freaking awesome. And anyone who's disappointed in the Glamour Bard choice, think Eloquence meets Glamour meets like A charming bard. So yeah, it's freaking awesome, and it's not what you might be thinking it is. So yeah, I can't wait for that one. Can't wait to show you guys. So there you go. Gotcha. Thanks for reminding me, Liam. I'm sorry, guys. I left you guys hanging with that. I always show you all that. Roll with us, DMs. Can multiple people parry or heroic parry for the same person? What happens if someone uses heroic parry and uses parry on a future attack? Okay, so I'm gonna answer the first question. Yes, you can multiple people can parry the same attack, right? Because each character, each PC has they can only take one reaction on a thing, right? So you can only a trigger. You can take a reaction to spend action points on a thing. So if you have multiple things that trigger on someone getting attacked or something, you can't use all three of them. And I use this ability and this ability and this ability. When you have a reaction, something is triggered, you can use an ability that's triggered. You can't spam all three of them, right? So there's one thing there, but that's individuals. So if you have two people, let's say you have two tanks on the side of a mage in the middle, right? And mage gets attacked. Absolutely, both of you can parry. Now they have to say that beforehand, but absolutely, I freaking love that. You're spending action points. Heck yeah. What happens? Second part of the question. What happens if someone uses heroic parry and uses parry on a future attack that round? I'm confused by that one to where I don't know what you're asking. Because if you use heroic parry, it's a parry that lasts longer, right? Like it's your technique is what you're talking about. But I don't know what you mean by future attack that round. Uses parry on a future attack. Oh, I think you're saying because you use heroic parry and it lasts, and then you want to use parry on something else again. Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, I would have to look at the wording. But if I were to run a game right now, if one of my players tried to do that on me right now, yeah, go for it. And the nice, beautiful thing about that in DC20, and why as a game master I'm not worried about that breaking the game, is they're spending a lot of resources to do that. That's an action point. You have heroic parry up. You're already getting that +5, right? So if you want to use another +5, sure, go for it. You're spending an action point to do it, and you really don't want to get hit, go for it. Do it, Shoot, back in the beginning of DC20, you could use parry 4 times and increase your defense by 5, 10, 15, 20, and spend all your action points to just increase your PD by 20. You could do that back in the day, and I still, for the record, still don't think that's very broken. It's just a little lame as far as in the diversity of spending action points. But anyway, Sean Van Beverholt, thank you for the super chat, bro. I can't wait to start my campaign with 0.9. I love that this also makes spells a light become more useful as they always seem kind of lackluster. I love that this also makes spells like light become more useful as they all seem kind of lackluster. Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing about spells is once 0.9 releases, start working on spells. Oh, spells. Right now, my least favorite part of DC20 are the spells. Simply because they're just not working as intended. Because as intended, you're supposed to have 3 spell lists. Divine, Arcane, Primal. Really cool spells in all of them across multiple amounts of mana points spent. And you can choose and get different schools of magic and all this stuff. That's not the experience right now. Right now, it's pre-selected spells that we did our best job of trying to get them the least amount of spells that covers the most amount of fantasy to be able to. But man, oh man, can I not wait to get some spells done. Oh, I see you guys. Y'all want to as well. I got you. Trey the Small. Have you thought about using symbols for the different types of points? It's hard to know what type of points are always required sometimes. Trey the Small. Yes. Currently, we are working on this on the digital character sheet that is still being worked on. The digital, the DC20's version of the digital character sheet, still in the works. Every couple weeks, just we're talking, checking, seeing some stuff. One of the things we talked about was the symbols of having like this is an action point. This is 2 action points when they're next to each other and kind of overlapping, and having symbols for stamina points and the mana points, and a lightning bolt is a stamina point, and a little drop of mana that's blue is a mana point. Yes, that is absolutely something that is on the table. It is on the table digitally right now. It also might be on the table in some other VTTs that they're messing with some stuff there. And once we get to the point where the game is done and we can start looking at how we want to present it, that absolutely is something that I want to test and see. What does it look like if we made this in put it in the actual like use these symbols in the text to make it easier, right? So yes, that is something in the works. Nora makes sounds. Nora, I love your name because my one of my nieces' name is Nora, and Nora makes sounds. She's a young little girl, and I just picture her going, blah, 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 blah. Nora makes sounds. Loving DC20 so far. Our group has been cycling through players because people keep quitting, but we think we've got a good group now. Also, PCs get a lot of skill masteries. Will that be adjusted? Right now, I personally like where the skill masteries are at. As far as how many you get. I think the only time, the time when that will be analyzed is once we have 10 levels in the game. Once people can level up to 10, and then we can create characters and see how that process is, especially level 5, and seeing when you get the notch increase, when you start spinning them around. I think at the beginning, it probably feels, Nora, like there's more and maybe possibly too many, but also keep in mind trades. Trades are going to be really cool. You're going to be able to do things with trades and downtime and short rests and long rests, and you're going to be able to do some cool stuff with trades. Also, languages and all these other things you can possibly do. You can spend skill points on those. Keep that in mind. I also think knowledge and those knowledge skills are going to be more important in, supported in DC20. So I really think where skills is in a great spot right now. But also, I'd say keep in mind at level 5, the novice can go to adept, and the amount of skill points you can put into things goes up. So at level 5, I think your problem solves itself, because now you're not going to have to keep spending more. You can now just level up your most favorite ones, and that's, I think, going to be the spot that it clicks in for what you're talking about. But thank you for the super chat. That was your first super chat ever. Appreciate you. Thank you, Nora. Duskbreaker. Fog cloud can block light and dark vision. Fog cloud could block light and dark vision. Yes. And Fog Cloud has the extra cool feature with that one space buffer, where if you're within one space, you can still see the person, but it's a disadvantage. Like you get that one space little kind of ring around you of fog, which you can kind of see. So yes, that absolutely could work. And in light, the fog could be fine, but in darkness, you could not. But then if you had dark vision, you could, but it's one not. You get the idea. I love it. It's all connected. Grouch. Oh my God, Grouch. Your icon. My oldest son goes to Ninja Warrior classes, and my youngest son plays with me in the little play area while we wait for him. And there's a toy in there that is a little Oscar the Grouch, and it comes in and out, and it looks exactly like what you got there. So it's awesome. Thanks, Grouch. I still think the Ranger is a better name than Barbarian. What? I think Rager. I thought you were saying Ranger is a better name for Barbarian. I was like, wait. What? I don't think you're... Okay, Rager is a better term than Barbarian. Barbarian is a background and subjective. Raging is what they do. I see that. I see that, Grouch. I think ultimately, in isolation, I agree. Everything you said is correct. But as a game designer that has to design a game for the masses and for public, for people where Dungeons and Dragons has set a path that we must kind of, we're, this giant trench that Dungeons and Dragons has laid out for TTRPGs. It's made a massive imprint, and I think Barbarian is too iconic to have to call it Rager, although that is pretty adjacent. And then, a Rager is a big party, and there's other, so I worry about those types of things. I think Barbarian is pretty iconic and it does its job. So I feel like Barbarian's name's gonna stick. But I agree with everything you said. And if D&D didn't exist, then maybe I would pull the trigger on that. But yeah, sadly, people have what's it called? Bias from the game. So I got to keep that in mind. So yeah, Vapor Light. If that's the case, I think that dark vision must still requires a light source, normal or magical, to see magical darkness, as real life animals see dark vision require light source to see dark. Yeah, so Vapor Light, that super chat kind of talks about what we said there. And currently my stance on that is, if you did need some sort of light, did you say magical light? See magical as real life animals must require a light source. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Vapor Light, I see that's so in fact, I'm just going to copy paste your actual comment into a discussion board here. So the thing that Vapor said that was super subtle. So props to you for the subtleness. But if there was a zone of magical darkness, actually, yeah. Oh, interesting. So I think Vaporlight, you are correct. That is the intention of what dark vision is. Here's the thing. If you have dark vision and you're in a room and the lights go out completely, there is no light. So someone with dark vision still couldn't see because it's completely dark. So that's a very interesting thing. Do we want to nerf dark vision like that? What happens if someone with dark vision is in a room with no lights on? Can they see the chair? Right. So yeah, that's a very interesting point. So there's two branches there. Branch number one is you need some source of light, even if the magical darkness is snuffing out that light. Someone with dark vision would need there to be some light somewhere outside of the magical darkness to be able to see that, or else then they would still be black, right? Or it would still be dark. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. But then at that point, it would be already, it was already darkness in the first place, you know? So we're talking about a very niche situation, but I think it's important. And then, or the other version is like, oh, I have like embedded dark vision that I have that's like magical in itself, and I can just see in the dark no matter what, right? So, and I don't want dark vision to be too terribly strong in that aspect either. So very, very good question, Vipora. Filthy Casual, I put homebrew item in the D&D homebrew section of Discord. Ah, okay. Okay, I got you. I see you. Oh, you put the item in Discord. Now, I will say, disclaimer. Let me see. Homebrew. Oh, item. Rules. Community. Wait. Where'd you put it? Chat. Character creation rules. Map making. GM advice. VTT. Arts and crafts. What? RPG memes. Map puzzles. Traps. Story time. Where? What? Crafting corner? TTRPGs? Am I blind? Player advice, GM advice? Homebrew. Oh, that's the community. Oh my gosh, I'm in the community. Creation. There we go. I see it now. All right. And I was in the wrong. I was like, where is this? Oh, the entire homebrew section. Okay. Here it is. Take the filthy casual. Take it and tweak it as you will. Wait, what? Max turns. What? D100 is a 20-foot diameter sphere, an odd mix. What? Oh. First broken homebrew item. Alchemical great mace. One-time use, this large mace is made out of many glass orbs that break and mix when hit on an explosion. Roll a D100 and add it to your roll. Every creature in a 10-foot radius takes the bonus damage. Oh, dear God. Jesus. That is broken and filthy. That is a filthy, broken magic item. Rolling a D100 and adding that to your damage. Insane. Especially in DC20. That would be insane in Dungeons and Dragons. Much less insane here. I don't know if I'll ever add an item that rolls a dice and adds that number to damage. That makes me nervous because that's a slippery slope. So I'm careful with that. Maybe a D4, that might be a little crazy, but that is funny. That is wild, filthy. That's very wild. Cameron Bradford, I just want to say thanks for being a source of inspiration. Oh my God, Cameron, thank you for being a source of support and freaking. Oh my God, appreciate. Thank you for that, Cameron. Wow, out of nowhere. Thank you, Cameron. Joe M, late fee. Same customer gave me a $50 tip. You got a regular now, Joe. You got a regular now, Joe. They like what you're doing, Joe. Let's go, Joe. Nice. And then they tipped you, then you tipped me. It's like a pay it forward, pass it down. You know what I'm saying? I love doing that too. I love trying to do. Is that the word I'm looking for? Pay it forward? Yeah, I absolutely love to. Whenever servers do next level things or trying to find people that like go out above and beyond, I absolutely want to try and hook them up and try and just give them some love, you know what I'm saying? Wheeler again with a random super chat, 3751. That's crazy. Jesus texted me and said he wants to play a Shadowborn, so you might want to drop that soon. Just saying. I will say with that super chat, I will give a little sneak peek here. The Shadowborn will be the first released DC20 Ancestry coming in a soon released DC20 magazine. Might be a shadow. There might be a shadow themed DC20 magazine coming out in the near future, and the Shadowborn will be the key, super cool sneak peek part of that. So heck yeah, Wheeler. Appreciate that, dude. You just unlocked a sneak peek for the whole community right there. Liam, does magic light work the same way as sunlight when dealing with vampires? Oh, you know what? That is interesting, and I would say off the top of my head right now, I would say yes. I don't see. There's magical light and then there's sunlight. Like, I don't know. I think that magical light would be sunlight in that way, as far as the magical iteration of that. So I do think those two would be an overlapping thing. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't have a reason why I'd want to separate those to where there's light, magical light, and sunlight. You know, like that's like, I don't think that's needed. So yes, I think those would overlap and actually serve an even better purpose there. So yes, vampires. Ash, Scorching Ray and Continual Flame counters magical darkness. Scorching Ray and Continual Flame counters magical darkness. Oh, so here's one thing I want to make sure to be clear. Magical light is not light created from magic. Just to be clear. You know what I'm saying? So magical light would literally be magical light. Like, it would be called magical light in the same way that it would be called magical darkness. It's not just light that comes. So if I have the light cantrip, if I have Continual Flame, if I shoot a firebolt, those emit light, like regular light. If I turn a flashlight on, if I light a candle, that's light. If I summon fire in my hands, that's fire. That's mundane fire that I have summoned, unless it has magical properties of like staying, like a Continual Flame's a good example. Continual Flame, blah, blah, blah. But here's a great example. Great DC20 example. Continual Flame. Flame, you can have the thing, you spend mana on it. An upcast. If you mana point enhancement, Continual Flame, you can have it emit magical light. Boom. Holy shit. Look, you see what we just did there, guys? We took Continual Flame, which is usually lame, added a mana enhancement to it of magical light. Right? So, yes, to clarify, light is light, and if you light a lamp, you catch fire, and that's just regular light. It has to specifically say magical light, emits magical light. That's the counter to magical darkness, or else magical darkness would just get countered on accident all the time. Filthy Casual, no. Add it to your roll. So every 5. Oh, okay. So every 5 is damage. Well, it's a D100. So, you know, I could see us counting by 5s a lot here. Okay, it's not as broken, Filthy Casual. So I see what you did there. But still broken. That's funny. All right, so we are in overtime, people. We are in overtime. I'm going back to the questions. I want to try and hit some of those questions that were asked right out the gate. Wait, what's today? 14th? I got lost. 14th? Wait, today? 14th. There we go. Cool. Party Hardy has a question. Could an Angelborn ancestry feat bypass magical darkness? No. Angelborn's ancestry feat. Off the top of my head, I say no, because I don't want... in general, ancestry 0-point traits are non-combat related and purposely have no combat viability, or if they do, it's just absolutely minuscule and very situational, right? So Angelborn bypassing magical darkness, whoo, that's a point. Like that's like 2 points, maybe 1 point if it's limited, but that's like 2. That's powerful, right? So I'd stay away from that, Party Hardy. As far as for free, right? Or the 0-pointer. Iron Hand Toad question: in the future of DC20, pun intended. In the future of DC20, pun intended. Are there any plans to make a sci-fi version of DC20, either as a hard sci-fi, space opera, Starfinder? So, my answer to that would be if there's interest in collaboration of somebody else wanting to step in and do something like that in the future, I would support it, but I personally don't have a big passion to go do that, I could see us making a supplement, like a conversion supplement of like, hey, all you need is the core rules of DC20, and then here's a conversion supplement that would be like, oh, some cool ways to reflavor stuff and this and this and that. Because I already think, somebody even just messaged me, they're doing a superhero. They're doing DC20 superheroes, and they're doing like a superhero themed in DC20, and they're just making their characters and done, right? So I feel like you already can do a sci-fi with DC20, so you wouldn't need too much. So I see us making something like that. But as far as like the difference of like Pathfinder and Starfinder, if you're talking that level of difference, I don't see myself personally wanting to diverge the brand of DC20 into that as well. I think there's other ways to do it that would be cleaner, but there's my 2 cents on that. But again, that's who knows what happens in the future, right? Alex B. Question: is there a good place to share community created tools? Built random encounter generator, but Discord history moves so fast that people might not be able to find it. Yeah, so I think there's a DC20 Reddit. There's a DC20 Reddit. It would be a good place there. And then on the Discord, what I could probably do, moderators make a note to yourselves and amongst each other. If there's a tool that looks like it's beneficial, let's pin it, or let's have a section of like useful tools, and like let's have a section on Discord. You probably at the very top of the community where it's just like a pin thing of useful tools, and we can just pin things there, and people can go there and know like, oh, I want to go and create an encounter, and then go to Discord, go to that spot, boom, it's one of the top pin things there. So yeah, that's a great question, Alex B. And now we're in overtime now. We're in overtime. So wait, I didn't click this. There we go. So in overtime, we got 3 minutes left on the shot clock. So here we go. In overtime, and answer the questions as quickly as I can. I hate overtime because I love answering questions thoroughly, because I appreciate y'all just being here and wanting to talk about freaking DC20, y'all. Jekyll Geek, since change to dark vision, should low light vision be a better fit for Beastborn and Druid since animals can't see in magical darkness? Yeah, so ultimately that is the decision we make on magical darkness as far as can you see, like, is it an embedded light behind the eyes type thing? Do we need to have low light vision? I am trying to stay away from having low light vision. I would much rather say, nope, dark vision in DC20 lore is magical. You can see in the dark all like straight up, so that there's just no vision, dark vision. And then there's obviously like true sight and all these other types of visions that are always going to be there. But I am trying to stay away from having 3 tiers of vision, because then there's this and the low light vision and dark vision. And then you have that clunky thing at the party where you're like, okay, who has dark vision? Well, I have low light vision. What do I have? Like, no, you have it or you don't. It's kind of what I'm trying to keep it clean and simple for, right? Because yes, technically like Beastborns and like cats, they need a light source to be able to, but I'm trying to find the way where to insert crunch and where to let magic flow in and where to, draw those lines. So it's the cleanest experience for everybody as far as fun and playing at the table together. Vapor Light, great that you caught up with what I meant. Oh yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. As someone who plays horror games all the time, fear of darkness must be respected. Exactly. And that's another reason why I like your question, or I liked your thought there, because it does keep that scariness of darkness, and I wanted to keep that for sure. T-Dog, what's up, T-Dog? You just need a magic glowing sword like Sting from The Hobbit. By the way, love the shirt. We have more Pokemon DC20 coming soon. Yes, we may have more Oh, that's right. I remember that message too. Yeah, Pokemon DC20. Freaking just wait for the Summoner class, baby. But yeah, Sting from The Hobbit. That would be a legit magic item, to just be able to have a sword that like casts bright light when a certain creature's around. Super cool. Or sorry, cast magical light. Huh? And then Kyle Doring, would you call a sci-fi DC20 DC200 or DC2000? I would probably say DC2000. DC, no, it would be DC20000. The sci-fi version of DC20 would be DC20000. Yes, that's funny. And then Joseph Blosser. Hey everybody, for the giveaway. We're doing every single live stream, no matter what the super chat goals are. Every single live stream, we always do a DC20 giveaway. So everybody, say something in the chat. Say something. DC and your favorite number. Type in DC and your favorite number. My favorite number is 3, so it'd be DC3 or 87. DC 87. That's random. Joseph Blosser. When is the next DC20 magazine being released? For now, halfway through the January magazine is not released. What? Now, halfway through January and magazine 6 is not released. What? What do you mean? Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Pump the brakes. What's happening? What? January. Bro, cool. Dude, you scared me, man. You scared me. Okay, Joseph Blosser. The next DC20 magazine is already released. Halfway through January, magazine 6 is released. Magazine 7's right here. What you doing? What you doing, Joseph Blosser? Oh, Joseph Blosser. Oh, you got my heart moving. I was like, are you kidding me? I thought 14 days went by and we didn't post the dang magazine. That would be insane. So yeah, volume 7, DC20 magazine, volume 7, is out right now, on Patreon every single month, first of every month. Got a new magazine. It's at the entry level $5 tier, and boom, boom, boom. And when you join, you actually get 2 months, because when you first join, you get the month that came before it as well. So, so yeah, that is there. There you go, Joseph. Oh, you scared me. Scared me, Joseph. Oh, I don't know if you did that on purpose, Joseph. I see. Nice try. Nice try. All right. So, and DC 0.9. I see what y'all are doing with the DC 0.9. Your favorite numbers. Okay, I see you guys. Okay. All right, and here comes the giveaway. Winner. If you win, message a moderator. Actually, let me see who the winner is so they can like pay attention whenever I say that, because I don't want them to mess it up there. Iokan now Gemteo. Iokan now Tamjito. I think I got it right that time. Congrats, Neotam Nainakan Jito. Oh, I think I tried to say it really fast, but here we go. I think. Wait, was that right? That was somebody here, right? There we go. Let's go. Iokan now told him Jito. Iokan now Temjito. Iokan now Temjito. Oh, I almost had it. Iokan now Temjito. I think I just crushed that. I don't know if I crushed that. I hope that was. Yeah, you go. Let's go. It's only Khan. There you go. Cool. Thank you, Khan. Welcome. And Khan, go to Discord. Message a moderator. Their names are in red. They will hook you up DC20 style. And you'll be good to go. In Brazil, let's go. Love Brazil. It's awesome. Let's go. DC 20,000. That's funny. It's Khan. No way around it. Okay. The kinds of. Oh. It's Khan. No way around it. Oh. El Khan. Now tem Jieto. El Khan. Now tem Jieto. Hey, it's Khan. No way around it. And that's the end of the live stream. No way around it. Dare I say this? That's the end of the live. Now tem Jieto. That's the end of the live. Now tem Jieto. Peace. Let's go. Best ending ever. That was great. I love that. Love you guys.